Amari.
Is that Nick?
That is Nick.
All
Like,
right.
timing couldn't have been any better, huh?
Are we gonna be able to get him on?
So
video?
what I think we're not gonna be able to see Nick on the video.
But we'll see
We
him.
will see Nick if he does. If we do the FaceTime, hopefully that works good for him. Call failed. What? FaceTime quit unexpectedly.
Is this how you called me last night, John?
Yep.
Where's the do not disturb on iPhone?
Oh, the silent button.
Well, it's silent, but I'll still get that buzz when it's laying on the table.
Yeah, you have to like go into your
What's
settings.
Nick's number? Is it 203?
I want to say so. Yeah, 996. There we go.
Oh shit! There we go. This has been fantastic podcasting, by the way, guys.
Are we live right now?
We are.
Awesome.
Remember when I said perfect timing? We had just gone live.
What's up? What's up?
He's not answering now.
Yeah, funny. Come on. Nick is not available for a FaceTime.
Text him back. Tried to call you. What the fuck?
So how we doing, YouTube world? Oh, how you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Good.
Merry Christmas.
Had a fantastically awkward start here.
Yeah. Well, we were trying
Happy
to
holidays.
get things dialed in. Happy holidays. So I kind of did away with Happy Holidays a few years ago.
Merry Christmas, right?
It's Merry Christmas.
yeah,
It's Christmas
them.
time.
Fuck them kids.
It's Merry Christmas. I tell everybody, Merry Christmas. And then I let them tell me I don't celebrate Christmas. Okay, that's fair. Create a conversation. We're going to try to do it through your phone?
I've been saying Happy New Year today to my customers.
Yeah, why not? Today's the 27th. Shit. why
4
not?
more days.
4 more days left of this year. You got any New Year's resolutions?
Yes.
Okay.
What's your New Year's resolution?
New Year's resolution
Oh,
Oh, snap.
on hold.
Yeah, we're definitely on hold. Oh, maybe. Yo, what's going on?
What up?
Yo, you're good. You're good. Is that why we got no video? Yo, McKeever can draft
Oh,
like that.
shit.
Yeah, okay. Now,
well, there's
now it was
Guido.
off. All right, well, this is not going to be on YouTube. You're not going to be on YouTube. We are live now, but you're not going to be on YouTube like that. We can't get video, but we should have all the audio fixed and figured out. I got a new mixer. And it seems to be good.
Yep. What's going on, Nicky? How you doing, man?
Dave's over here too. We got this weird thing with the camera. The camera is where it is, and we've got a wide screen. Maybe if you turn your camera horizontal, you'd see more of us. No, it didn't. It didn't switch. Oh
Hey,
shit!
what's up?
There we go.
Happy New Year.
Hi. It is, man. So we're literally just kind of starting. It was choppy because we were, trying to get in touch with you more than we were talking. So, how you been? How you feeling? Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. Well, you should. You've had a hell of a run this year.
Yeah. All bullshit aside, Nick, congratulations getting into the finals. I think it's unprecedented what you've done. And you should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of your team.
Yeah, for sure.
100%, man.
And that game was early, so he had to sit on that decision the whole fucking weekend, man. Sure. I know I wasn't too happy in the first half there. He had 3 and then he caught that 30-yard run and you got up to 6. Right? So it felt better knowing that he only needed a touchdown to win, but then, an interception and that could have been a completely different story. Yeah, let's talk. First of all, I want to start out, and I'm glad we're here with Biz because it was after a podcast that week that Lamar played on Thursday night. After the podcast on Wednesday night, I offered Dave DeAndre Hopkins and Ramondre Stevenson for Lamar, and I was rejected. Lamar played on the Thursday night, and then he's like, Nook and what, JSN? Like, okay.
What was your logic there, Dave? Talk us through this.
Well, I just wanted a couple of receivers because I already had good running back depth, and I needed a couple receivers. I just wanted to get the best possible receivers I could get for Lamar because I traded for Stroud and James Cook, like just a few days before, and I just needed some receivers to fill out my roster. That's all.
Did you put out trades elsewhere? Because people think that you didn't do anything elsewhere with that.
Well, I felt like everybody was pretty stacked at quarterback. And maybe, I thought maybe, yeah,
not me.
DeAndre Hopkins
Not
and
me.
JSN was about the best I was going to get.
Okay.
But, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, and
Well,
he
in
wasn't
hindsight-
playing like the MVP at that point either.
No.
I mean, he had
They
had
were
like
winning-
4 straight games of under 20 points
They were-
fantasy wise.
They were winning games in
Right.
real life, but
But-
Lamar wasn't winning fantasy
But
games.
right, running the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Without Lamar.
Right. And
Right,
So-
and by trading for him after Thursday, I picked up basically a second buy because I couldn't even use him the first week I got him. This is my 8th. Yep. Okay. Thielen for Debo and Kincaid.
Yeah, that one's worse than the Lamar trade. In hindsight.
What about the fact that what about the fact that at the beginning of the year I may have given up what you claimed was the most lopsided trade in league history by giving up Mostert for fucking Pitts?
Yeah. Raheem Mostert, who now has 21 touchdowns.
That dude's the number 2 running back.
Yeah.
Right? And
for Pitts, a tight end. Which at the time, before week 1.
Because it was before week 1, so
Right.
ADP matters at that point.
Right.
I traded a 12th rounder for a 7th rounder. And, at that point, I had drafted Dalton Schultz. So at that point, Pitts was a massive upgrade to Schultz in value at that point.
For sure.
Now,
And
I knew as soon as week 1 was over, I fucked up. But,
dude.
yeah, I mean,
hey,
it is what it is.
In hindsight, vision is always 20/20. That's what's great about fantasy is you got to take risks. And Nicky hit the nail on the head. You got to make trades in this league. The timing of the trade is the biggest key, because when you did Pitts for Mostert, everyone was like,
nobody talked about it.
a split.
There wasn't even a
split-
rape in the fucking text messages.
Split backfield and Mostert.
I didn't even start Mostert that first week.
Yeah.
I had him on my bench.
So, yeah, hindsight is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Well, and that's the biggest thing is injuries. You can't predict injuries because John and I traded Puka to John for
Waddle and
Waddle
Ramondre.
and Ramondre, and the next week Ramondre got hurt, and now they just put him on IR. He's done. He played 1 week for me. You can't predict that. So luck plays a role. There's no question about it. You got to have guys that are healthy, or even during certain weeks, I had guys that got injured in the first quarter of the game, and then they're out the rest of the game, and then that kills your week. On maybe a stud, maybe a middle tier guy, but it doesn't matter. Like you lose one of your 10 starters in the first quarter of a game, it's tough to make that up.
Aaron
Nick
Rodgers.
Chubb?
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, but not just Aaron Rodgers for Aaron Rodgers. I had Garrett Wilson. I drafted Garrett Wilson in the second fucking round. And Aaron Rodgers goes down. That immediately diminishes all their pass catchers. That also hurts Breece Hall. Right. Everything. So Nick Chubb was a back. Nick Chubb's a backbreaker for sure, especially after his start to the season.
Yo, I'm sitting here and I lost JJ for the meat of the season. And I think I only lost 2 games the entire time he was out. Yeah, that's the way should
That's
be
how
for most of us.
That's how the three of us do it, pretty much.
Yeah,
I know we're also in some. Yeah, I'm only in 2 leagues. That's it.
me as well.
I'm in 4,
Yeah. Well, yes. I was about to say.
but I'm in 2 championships. But
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
None of it matters.
no,
not
None
not
of it
close
matters.
here, man.
None of it matters. Yeah. Again.
How many times have we told you that traditional fantasy football will not win this league?
0.
Yeah.
No, we've never said that.
I just hope that
Fair.
you continue to grow, Dave, and you've learned this year, and you don't get shy on pulling the trigger on deals. I've tried to emphasize over and over again on this podcast and off air how important it is to do deals. I did a lot of deals this year. Majority of them backfired on me. It was poor timing for one reason or another. I'm wearing the jersey. By the way, Nick, DH Gate, right here. Yeah. I'm wearing Olave's jersey. I had a lot of faith in Olave. Olave has played well the last couple weeks, but I also needed more. I needed more from I needed a quarterback. We're not going to talk about a guy that's in 11th or 12th place in the league, but I fucked up by not drafting a quarterback high. I put my
Did you?
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that was your mistake. I
Yeah.
mean, there were plenty of quarterbacks taken after that would have been a better fit for
Tua.
any team.
Tua.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I fucked up in the draft. Well, yeah, you can't plan for Aaron Rodgers going down after 4 plays.
Zach Wilson, baby.
Think of this. I started with Austin Eckler at 11 and Garrett Wilson at 14. And on draft night, I was fired up.
Yeah, you were.
I thought Eckler was a guarantee for like 15, 18 touchdowns. He had a great week 1, 28, 29 points, high ankle sprain on his last carry. And then he was out. And then I traded him to you, and he hasn't done shit.
Well, as soon as he came back, he had 2 games in a row that he scored 2 touchdowns each in.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, man, when Austin Eckler scores 2 touchdowns, that should be like 35 points.
Yeah.
But it was like 19 in one game and 21 in the next, and I was like,
So that was my season in
This
a
is not
microcosm.
familiar to me.
So that was my season in a microcosm. Garrett Wilson, after 4 plays, goes from a wide receiver 1 to a wide receiver 3, fringe, flex.
yeah.
After 4 plays. Eckler, high ankle sprain.
After week 1.
And then to top it all off, I drafted Deshaun Watson. So it starts fifth.
Like, well, it wasn't.
Oh,
fifth.
also
It
no,
was
no,
like
no,
sixth or seventh, right?
Yeah, maybe the sixth. But fourth round pick was Darren Waller.
Oh.
That was another, and then Joe Mixon in the third.
All right, so
my
while
first
you're
five
talking,
picks.
while you're talking about your draft woes, I went 0 RB, right? I ended up
And
drafting.
I had 2 RBs after 4 rounds.
I drafted the number 2,
3 rounds.
the number 2 Mostert, the number 4 or 5 in Rashad
Montgomery.
White,
Oh, and
the
then-
number 12 in Montgomery, and I traded for Jahmyr Gibbs when he was at his lowest point for basically Chuba Hubbard.
Wow. Yeah, and that's
But the drafting, I mean, I went 0 RB and ended up with 3 of the top 12.
you know in my championship run, I grabbed Derrick Henry after 3 bad weeks.
Yeah, no, it might have even been
And
2. Norm was
I
just
think it was
done
2
with his ass.
Yeah, and Norm was like,
And
"Fuck
you
it."
got
And
it for it wasn't for
at
a
the
bag
time,
of
it was a fair
peanuts,
deal.
but it was like
at the time it was a fair
maybe
deal.
some Cracker Jacks.
But from that point on, he was running back 2 the rest of the year.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you were so bitter and you said you were going to ruin
Yeah.
Dave's night.
Well, no,
Okay, that
Nicky-
makes sense now.
Nicky wanted Diggs and Allen first 2 rounds. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Tank Dell.
Tank Dell. And Noah Brown too. After like,
Yeah.
you had him during one of his couple of big games, right?
Right. Couple good games. Sure.
I mean, he. Well, at that point, I knew I wasn't playing Tua anymore, and I know you're really not playing Tua anymore with, unless something happens to Josh Allen.
Tua
like-
was a bye week replacement. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't have him. They had
Yeah.
a monster first half,
And
then it
you
died.
talk about Lamar. Lamar's had one 40-point game since he was traded to me, and the 26 points this week.
which is still solid. That's winnable.
It's winnable. Yeah,
It's better than 6.
yeah.
Well,
'Cause-
Lamar, week 8, 13. Week 9, 11. 10, 13. 11, he had 27. 12, 16, 13 a bye. 14, 41. 15, 19. 16, 26.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
It's very. But in this year, with all the injuries, that's top 12. If you can score 25, 22, 25 points, you're in the top 12 each week. And that's a QB1. That's what you need to win. I
Why? Like, first of all, you've got the fuck. Like, Norm got where he was against you because of 2 fucking games where he played the Dolphins defense against the Jets. You are very, very good in a positive place. You could easily walk away tomorrow with 40, 50 points. Easily. Yeah, dude, the Jets are fucking dead. So like, anybody trying to talk you into, oh, I got the edge, is trying to blow smoke up your ass or trying to pump you up or something, because like, there's no fucking edge. It is a Yeah, he's
Who are
the
the Bills?
exact same thing as Lamar Jackson.
Who do the Bills play this week? What's their matchup?
Patriots.
Patriots.
at New England?
No, it's at home.
It could be a shootout. It could be a shootout. I mean, Lamar plays big in big games. And this is a huge game, and being a Dolphins fan, you know that.
But if you were saying what you were saying, if you didn't have the Cleveland versus Jets defense, I think I would have a pretty solid edge. But that matchup is ridiculous. You could very easily walk away with 40 to 50 points. So, if the Jets come out and put up fucking 400 yards and 21 points, though.
All right, so while we're talking about it, let's break it down, okay? We're going to go a little out of the box this week as far as
Structure.
Structure, because since we got Nick on the horn, let's do this. Again, congratulations, John.
Thank you.
First championship. I know it's been hard fought. I know this has been weighing on your mind, not just for bragging rights, but the amount of time, energy, and effort that you put in. That goes before we even hit record on this podcast. You and I have now been doing a podcast for what, 7 years? 6 years?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
And then we did the Zoom podcast, which was through the pandemic, and
Yeah.
it lost its appeal a little bit. And you and I both know that.
Sure.
But beside the point. And then we brought in Dave last year, which Dave's been a welcome addition to the squad, with his one-word comments and his
Thank you.
and his
drunkenness.
his drunkenness, but also
Clumsiness.
I think it's a push. Every time we do a breakdown.
Yeah.
So because we have two people on the horn here, Dave, that are in the final, all right.
All right. All right.
You and I
Your
are
feet are
gonna
on the
you and
fire,
I are
man.
gonna do this breakdown. And if I hear the word push, I get to jab you in the face. Okay? So it's not a
No. This
overhand
is
right.
serious business.
Yeah, this
I
is
mean,
not
this
an
is-
overhand right. It's not going to
this
be an
is-
uppercut.
I'm gonna give you a little more
This
whiskey
is just
so that
a straight left-handed jab
You won't
to
feel
your
it.
eye socket. Is that fair, Nick? Okay.
No, this is for real.
All right.
And you know what's funny?
This is for everything.
The first match is a push. Allen versus Lamar.
So
Fuck that.
let me get into this.
All right.
No,
this is
you
gonna
have
do
to,
that.
You
This
have
is
to
gonna do.
Yeah, you have to pick somebody.
All right.
You have to
all
pick
right,
somebody.
all right.
You got Josh Allen home against New England, and then you have Lamar home against Miami. Break that down. Give me your pick. Who's got the edge?
Josh Allen has the edge over Lamar.
I take Lamar. I got Lamar in that one because it's a bigger game. I do believe, and this is just my own instincts, but I've been off all year except betting. I started my FanDuel, or excuse me, not FanDuel, my DraftKings account with $100. I'm now up to $1,300 on the year.
What? Congrats.
Yep.
Good job.
Not bad. Not
awesome.
bad. That being said, so gambling wise, I'm doing well, and it's been a fucking roller coaster. Nicky, I got to tell you,
What was that week you were like, I'm all in on the Eagles?
2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I had the account down to 36 cents, and I fucking hit because I had all my money laid,
Yeah.
and I hit, and then I went, okay. So the reason why is because Belichick's got an answer for Allen, whereas that Miami-Baltimore game, I have an inkling it's going to be a shootout. It's a shootout potential. I don't know what the over-under is. Nicky, you got a number on the over-under right now? Is it really? Well, if that's the case, then it has shootout potential. That's still high, considering this year. There's a lot of numbers in the 30s. And Nick knows because Nick's a weekly gambler like me.
And what I want you to keep in mind as you move on is that what's the over under in the Cowboys Lions game?
That's on Saturday night.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that high? It's got to be. 46? 52? 51?
Right around.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next, we go to running backs. All right, Dave, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So obviously, John has the Detroit backs in that Dallas game Saturday night, which is supposed to be a shootout. Nicky's got Jonathan Taylor, who had a big game with his first week back. He's playing Vegas at home. Doesn't matter. Both are dome teams. It's in a fucking dome. He's got Bijan at Chicago. Chicago's been playing better defense of late. But that game could also
Be a shootout.
No, I don't want to say a shootout, just open a bit. What do you think? Jonathan Taylor and Bijan versus the Detroit backs and Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. What are your thoughts? It's not. Don't say the P word.
Pittman. I was gonna say Pittman.
See, good switch up. Have another fucking whiskey.
If Pittman isn't playing, I mean, you gotta like Jonathan Taylor a little bit extra. You gotta like the Taylor side a little bit more.
Okay,
That's my gut because there's gonna be more touches towards Jonathan Taylor, and plus he's a little bit rested more because he's been out for so much part of the season.
Vegas is coming off a blowout win against the Chargers, and then they just beat Kansas City on Christmas Day in Kansas City. Vegas is legit. Like, Vegas is not fucking around right now. They're not just a pushover. Whereas Detroit's playing against Dallas. Now, I'm not trying to sway your opinion. I'm just trying to add lib here.
No, I mean, Gibbs has been playing super well, but Montgomery, I mean, I think Bijan is a advantage over Montgomery immediately for sure, but Taylor can get a few extra touches.
I give the edge to Nick.
I do.
In running backs.
I do.
I just want to point out that you guys both sided with a dude who's been injured all year and someone who's in an Arthur Smith offense.
Yeah, but Jonathan Taylor's back. He's not hurt right now. He doesn't have an injury designation like he did. And Indianapolis is fighting for a playoff spot.
Okay.
So
fair.
And that's where I agree. I feel like Detroit's going to move the ball against Dallas, but it's going to be more through the air. I could be wrong. Now, I think Gibbs or Montgomery get a touchdown. One of them get a touchdown in this game. But I think Laporta and Amon-Ra, which we'll talk about Laporta in a minute.
Yeah.
But Laporta and Amon-Ra are going to get more smoke in this game.
Okay.
That's just how I see it. Now, next, wide receivers. Nicky's got Tyreek Hill at Baltimore in what I already declared to be a shootout. He's got Debo at Washington, and we already know what Washington has given up. They quit on their coach. We already know there's going to be a coaching change. Washington sucks. So,
Jacoby Brissett.
yeah, but my point, though, is, Nick, is like, that actually hurts Debo in a way. Because if you don't get his in the first half, there's a good chance that, I don't even know what the line is, but I'm going to say it's like 12.5. Is the line right now for San Francisco on the road at Washington. Let's see. That's
13,
what I'm saying.
Jesus.
Yeah. So this is a McCaffrey game.
This could be a whole 49ers coming out.
Yeah. Oh, and they're pissed about the way they lost last week at home. So, and then obviously we know Gabe Davis is a roller coaster ride. He's
0 0 0 25 0 0 1 2 25.
He's one play, but he's one big play from having a week, a 50-yard touchdown.
Every week.
50-yard touchdown is 11.5 points.
That's his whole career. It's not like this year either. It's like
No.
Right. Remember the
every-
playoff? How many did he have that playoff game?
every
4?
season.
Four.
Like, Jesus Christ.
And now
Crazy.
and they lost that game. Which is crazy. So then John has Jay Jetta home on Sunday night, which there is no Monday night game this week. So that is the primetime capper for the week.
No
Against
Jordan
Green Bay.
Addison. No Hawkinson.
No Hawk. Hawk's out for the year. Addison most likely is out for this game.
And
Puka Nacua is at the Giants. And then Devonta Smith against Arizona. John's got the edge, in my opinion. John's got the edge. Because Gabe Davis is boomer bust.
Absolutely.
Tight end. Kincaid against New England with the connect to Josh Allen. Or Laporta at Dallas. Dave?
I like Laporta.
I already told you. I thought this was
I like
going to be more of a
Laporta.
Laporta sun god situation. So Laporta gets the edge here. Now Jerry Judy. Jerry Judy versus the Chargers, and I think the Chargers quit, even though they got the interim coach. Who's playing quarterback for Denver?
Jarrett Stidham.
Stidham.
Stidham's played well in the past in a reserve
He had a
role.
300-plus yard game with the Raiders last season. At same time of about the fourth game.
But Jerry
from the
Jeudy
last
is Jerry
game of the
Jeudy.
year.
And then you got Dobbs, who's touchdown dependent. I feel like he scores a touchdown every week. And
There's
at
nobody else to
Minnesota,
throw to. I mean, they got nobody else to throw to.
That's that Sunday night game. And then you got Reed in the Sunday night game, and then Rashad White. Again, I give Edge John.
Oh, absolutely. With Rashad White. I mean,
Yeah, Rashad White.
That's a no-brainer.
Against New Orleans, he's going to catch a ton of passes. Kickers are kickers. I mean, we say that, but I feel like every week, yes, you do. But every week, kickers play a role in this. Now, defenses, Nick already brought this up. Browns play tomorrow night at home versus Jets, and then the Falcons on the road at Chicago. Dave? Trust me. John and I talked about this yesterday. He's not 100% comfortable starting the Falcons. But that's you got to.
Well, yeah, the Falcons have been playing better defense and
they're also in the playoff hunt.
yeah.
Division
By
crown
winning
hunt.
the division. By winning the division. Because the Saints are still on top of them, right? Even though they have the same record. Is it Tampa still?
8-7,
Well,
right?
all three of them are 8-7, I believe. But my point though is all three of them are in the hunt. So that's the only way to get in the playoffs. Okay. They're in it. So overall, I give a slight edge to John based on just going by the positions. I give the Browns the edge tomorrow night over the Falcons on the road in Chicago because that game could be who knows what, and we
Right.
don't know what the weather's going to look like. But Justin Fields is Justin Fields.
No, Browns.
Your
Browns
only
defense
hope,
definitely
John,
has
is
the
that they
advantage.
hurt Justin Fields in the first quarter.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Cowboys put up a huge one. Fix it, Biz.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Should be fun.
Yeah, Detroit already won the division. So Minnesota and Green Bay are literally, Green Bay is on the outside looking in. Minnesota still has a shot to make the playoffs.
Right. Nick Mullins, baby.
Nick.
No.
Wait, what?
That's news to me.
That is news to me. Yeah, pull it up. I not that I don't believe you. I just haven't seen it. That sucks for Jefferson. Oh, it's bad.
No.
It's bad.
No.
One of my buddies posted
It's
a
a
meme
cross
that said
with
it was a PSA 7 because it was way off center.
It's off center. It's supposed to be over his heart, you stupid fucks. Anyways. Yeah. And he got concussed. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. John is learning this news as we speak, and I'm reading his face. He's not feeling
What's
good.
your-
about that
I don't
news.
love it. I like Nick Mullins.
Yeah, because Nick Mullins is more like Jameson Winston.
I mean, bro
You know
threw
what I'm
for four.
saying?
He was
John.
right.
He
415
fucking
yards,
chucks it.
4
Well,
interceptions.
He chucks it.
But for real,
No.
No,
no doubt.
For fantasy purposes,
makes sense.
I mean, again, look at the jersey I'm wearing. As soon as he came in, Olave was like 3 pass
It was a
attempts
spark, man.
for 3 catches for Olave.
That was
Derek
like
Carr
Ayuk
sucks.
last night.
The Ayuk. That'll go down too. A couple nights ago.
Yep.
So it's RJ versus G.I. Joe. Yep. And we'll break that one down right now while we're here, since we got you. So we got RJ right now. He's starting Baker Mayfield.
Makes sense.
Home against New Orleans. And then you got Brock Purdy at Washington.
I'm going for a turdy bounce back.
Me too.
Hell yeah.
That's kind of been the roll call all year. Nick, what do you think? Brock Purdy at Washington or Baker Mayfield home against New Orleans?
Baker's very quietly put up a fucking solid as fuck season for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Well, I don't think. So he's been benched for the last 2
is
games of the year
outta
because
here.
of contract. Well, yeah, injury clause in his contract, which means he's guaranteed what, 35 mil?
I'm not sure. This is the first I've heard about the injury clause. All I heard was the excuse for Sean Payton was we got to win now, and this is about winning right now.
And then later
So,
in the day, news
sketchy.
A
came out
1.4% chance of
from
the Broncos making
multiple
the playoffs.
sources. Multiple sources. Broncos aren't making the playoffs. All right. Already ticket sales have dropped like 50%. You can get a ticket for like $4.
Yo, did you see how empty that Chiefs Stadium was over the weekend? Speaking
Well,
of tickets,
it was on Christmas Day. Come on. But the Chiefs aren't winning a Super Bowl this year. They'll make the playoffs, but they're not winning the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson's going to be cut come March.
I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I read the same thing. So it makes sense, even though Russell Wilson posted statistics, him versus Mahomes this year.
He didn't do that.
He posted it on IG.
Oh my god.
He posted it
What happened?
after they said they benched him. That was today.
I missed that.
After he got
Oh my
benched,
God.
Russell Wilson made a post and put up Russell Wilson stats versus Mahomes stats. Russell Wilson has better stats than Mahomes this year. No. This is 100% true. 100% true. Pull it up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Then he probably pulled it down. But I got a notification saying that Russell Wilson just posted comparison stats to Pat Mahomes. Yeah. Yep. And let's see. Here's Ricky. Here's Russell Wilson. Yeah, he was all about it too. I talked to him before the draft. He was like, I'm all in on Mahomes when everyone thought he might be Justin Jefferson. But he went all in on Mahomes.
Holmes had nobody to throw to.
After last year, and then he got Kelsey, in the third? But it was at that 2-3 turn. 'Cause I forget who he took in the 2. I want to say it was a running back. But then he took Kelsey.
No, he took 2. I mean, he took Kelsey in number 2.
Perhaps.
Second round.
It was at the 2-3 turn. That's all I know. I thought it was Kelsey was in the 3. Because he had both picks.
It was Kelsey in the second, and then
Was it?
whatever running back he took. I think Josh Jacobs maybe in the third.
Yeah. It was Jacobs. You're right. That backfired. So
That was a rough start to the draft.
yeah, Ryan and I can, eat that all off season, our drafts.
Yeah.
Because no matter how many trades you do, this league really starts with the foundation, and the foundation is the draft. And
Yeah.
you got to have a good draft. You got to have pieces to move. You can't be playing from behind. Can't be.
Yep.
And when you start, here we go. So yeah, what do you think, Nick? You said Baker versus New Orleans. Is that how you're feeling? Versus Purdy at Washington. When Washington's quit.
Purdy.
Who knows? I mean, Baker
I mean, it's
versus New Orleans.
it's not a competition of the higher ceiling. It's who do you think's going to win?
So, moving on. Running backs. Aaron Jones at Minnesota. That Sunday night game. CMC for RJ. You got Khalil Herbert versus Atlanta early on Sunday. And Kenneth Walker midday versus Pittsburgh,
That's RJ.
obviously. DJ Moore versus Atlanta. Devonta Adams at Indy. Odell Beckham versus Miami. And then you got Rich with T. Higgins at Kansas City. Rashee Rice versus Cincinnati. So 2 wide receivers in the same game. And then Chris Godwin in the New Orleans game. So that kind of takes a little bit away from Baker. But I still give the edge to RJ. Evan Ingram versus Carolina. And Goddard versus Arizona.
Ingram.
Probably Ingram.
Ingram.
I don't think it matters. CJ Beathard will lean on him too.
We'll see. I still give the edge to Ingram. Flex, you got Brandon Cooks versus Detroit. Zeke at Buffalo. Keep in mind Stevenson is out. Rich has Isaiah Likely versus Minnesota. And Jacoby Myers at Indy. Okay. Vikings D for RJ Sunday night against Green Bay. And Rich has the Lions D at Dallas. I think that's Vikings D because I am and RJ's got 3 defenses on his bench. He's got the Ravens D versus Miami, Patriots D at Buffalo, Titans D at Houston. He can start any one of those instead of the Lions D at Dallas.
Yeah. I think so.
No, me neither. After 2 straight losses? Overall, RJ.
Overall, RJ,
has
yeah.
the edge. I mean, there's
I
no
really
question.
want Rich
RJ
to
start.
win.
RJ, yeah. I think we're all rooting for Rich, just because of reality and what's happened this year.
Yeah.
RJ clearly has a better team. He finished 8-6 on the season. A tiebreaker kept
Missed
him out of the playoffs.
8-6.
8-6 kept him out of the playoffs because of a tiebreaker and total points. And the total points were
2
only,
ways because he could have caught 6 or he could have caught the division with the amount of points, with the proper amount of points.
Right. But the total points loss in the division went to the guy that had the most points in the regular season, in Phil. So clear advantage, RJ. But I think if we were to break down the loser bowl and bracket each week, we probably would have said that about Rich's team each week.
Yeah.
That Rich was the underdog.
Yeah.
So go Rich.
Yep.
Let's get him $100.
100%.
You know?
If Jacobs is out, there's
Yeah.
a high likelihood you will
There's
play
no
against
Rashad.
him
There's
as
no
well.
Rashad Penny. There's no Rashad Penny this week.
I said if there's no Josh Jacobs this week, there's a very real possibility that you're going to be playing against Zamir White this weekend. Likely, unless I have enough time, take out Monty.
We all have those years.
Chiggy?
Tim
Oh,
Tebow.
fuck Tim Tebow.
Tebow time.
I got Thon Brady.
Tire Brady.
He picked up the wrong Brady. Did you see that, Nick? He practiced squad guy.
Tire Brady.
Talk about rah-rah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yo, that's what I said. I totally did that shit to myself.
We had
What's
to
up with
explain.
those balloons over there?
We had to explain that.
Yeah, I just saw those
I didn't
balloons.
do anything, but
It's your birthday.
We had to explain that to Dave. What David Johnson, Duke Johnson, D Johnson meant.
we literally just told Dave that story a few minutes ago.
It was hilarious. Yeah. Well, Nick, congratulations yet again. I don't care what everyone's talking about. Hopefully you put a hex on John's team like you have the other 11 teams or 10 teams in the league, so that he only scores 108 points this week.
I told Nick when we were talking around week 12, I was like, if we play each other in the playoffs, I didn't say in the finals because we had no idea what the seeding was. It's like if we meet in the playoffs, I am putting up 150. You're going to have to deal with 150.
Okay. Well, and John's team has.
I've put up more than 140 every week since like week 8.
Under 100. Let's
And it
be
was
clear.
like 96, 97.
Yeah, it was 96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
I feel like I'm kind of locked in that 160 area where you could put up 130, you could put up 200. We'll come back next week
Yeah, we'll come back.
as long as your feelings aren't hurt too bad.
Absolutely.
All right. Right
Well,
on.
good luck, Nicky. We'll talk soon. All right, later.
All right,
Later.
He's a bitch.
Well, you're due. The scary thing about this week is that you're due for 110 points, and every team that he's played is averaged 110 points.
Yeah, dude.
So if you
it's-
score more than 110 points, that's a moral victory right there. Now, his team, looking at his team,
the only
really
thing that
banks
really scares me
on
is that
Tyreek Hill. And that could be a shootout game in Baltimore. And that does have playoff implications because Baltimore's still fighting for that
that
number one
Baltimore
seed
defense is pretty
in the
thick,
AFC. Miami's still fighting to win the AFC East and possibly have
Number one seed.
number one seed. So that game's huge.
Miami, Baltimore, that could very well decide the whole AFC number
Yeah.
1 seed.
Yeah. And he has Tyreek Hill.
And it can allow Buffalo to get back
And I have
in and
Lamar
win the
Jackson.
AFC East.
You have Lamar Jackson. The problem is that Jalen Waddle most likely is not going to play.
True.
Which
So maybe A-Chain gets a little bit more involved.
no,
I think A-Chain gets a little more. I think
just
a lot
think
of
they're
people
gonna
get a little more work.
they're going to force feed Tyreek targets.
How's his ankle? Like,
2 weeks removed. It's getting better.
yeah, but I mean, that's still a high ankle.
Yeah.
He took 1 week off, man. He ain't 100% either.
No. And he didn't look 100% against
How long
Dallas.
are you out when you have a high ankle?
4 to
Usually
6.
4 weeks.
4 to 6.
See you in the playoffs, Jalen. That's all.
Well,
Yeah,
now
but
Jalen, but we're talking about
Tyreek.
Oh.
And
They're
because
saying
he
it was
had a
low.
high ankle. No,
they
I don't
said
think it
low.
was. I know.
Well, that's what they released. That's what
Okay.
they released. And I have a feeling Lamar's going to do some Lamar shit.
Yeah.
If Lamar gets you 30, you win.
I agree with Nick. A lot depends on what happens tomorrow night.
Yes, but also,
Because that Jets, man, they're
Where the
fucking horrid.
why the fuck is Minnesota going to start Dobbs?
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, who else are going to throw to is? I mean,
Well-
JJ is about to have a. You don't think JJ can have like that big
But here's the
game?
If Dobbs doesn't
The biggest
murder
difference
him,
between Dobbs, who's the other quarterback?
Nick Mullins, Big Dick Nick.
But sometimes
The difference is that Dobbs will tuck and run, whereas Mullins just sits back there and chucks it. JJ got 2 catches, or excuse me, 1 catch. That was like 25 yards on 3rd and 19.
Oh no, it was third. It was a 3rd and 29, if I'm not mistaken, and he caught a 29-yard pass
Yeah,
in
right
front
on
of
the
2
line.
defenders.
Because they started downing the ball, and I'm like, they don't even know if it's a first down.
Bro.
JJ's a beast.
Because I had 300.
Bro.
I had $300 on Detroit -3 in that game.
Oh,
And then, so I'm sweating it out. Last drive, they won by 6. Thank God, 30
Yeah,
to 24. But I see JJ make that catch. I'm like, this motherfucker, really?
He's
Because
the
they would have been
best.
4th and 29, and they would have been forced to go for it.
yo, your boy was on it for sure.
Who, Mullins?
Jetta.
Oh, bro, that
Like that
touchdown catch?
drive right before half,
Yeah.
that was stupid.
3 catches and a tutty. Come on, there's no one like him. There's no one like, with guys draped all over him. He's still making plays. Like, he's ridiculous. There's no one like him in the game.
No,
No.
he's
Tyreek?
better than Jamar Chase.
And Tyreek. Tyreek is a different animal completely because Tyreek just beats coverages. Whereas
JJ's just
Jetta
gifted.
goes up and
He's
makes
just gifted.
he goes up and makes these catches that you're like, how the fuck did that happen?
That one last year with the one hand and fucking
Yeah.
oh
Yeah. Yeah. What game? Oh, that was when they were down
Buffalo.
to no Indy. They were down 33-0 at halftime. That was the one-handed grab.
No, Buffalo.
No, it was
JJ
no,
versus Buffalo.
it was Indy.
No, it was Buffalo.
John and I are talking about the Indy game. It was 4th down again.
Kirk Cousins threw him the ball.
Yeah, and that was another primetime game. Was that a Christmas Day game or something?
It was that wild game versus Buffalo. I'm telling you.
No.
I guarantee it.
No.
I'll play it right now. I wish we could just.
it
play
is
right
Buffalo.
That's the wild card game. I'm talking about the 4th down game when Kirk Cousins just threw it up to him and he caught the ball and 3 guys collided on him. 3 defenders.
Here. Yo, check it out.
No, this is the one I'm talking
Oh, that's that. Okay, yeah. Okay.
How the fuck?
No, okay, that is the catch. That is the catch. I'm sorry. It was Buffalo. No, but
How? That's almost as baffling as that Kadarius Toney when he is in his hands.
yeah, 4th and
and they,
18.
and they get the picture of it in his hands, and it's like this pass ended in a Patrick
No, but
Mahomes
didn't he have a big
interception.
catch in the Indy comeback too?
Yeah, for sure. But
That's why
that's
I'm
like
mistaken.
the catch.
Yeah.
That's his trademark, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It was because that Indy game was nuts. Where Indy gets the ball back on the 1-yard line because they stuffed him,
Yeah.
and then fucking Josh Allen fumbled. And and Minnesota recovers, and there's like 13 seconds left or whatever. That game was nuts. You're right. That game was bonkers.
Game of
So,
the year
yo,
last year for sure.
That
I don't
game-
think we
we
checked-
were at Hofbrau, you and I.
That's right.
Yeah,
we were.
We were fucking hammered. But that was a good game.
Yo, I can't imagine JJ on another team. Like that dude is my player.
Broncos.
Well, no, he's talking about
Fantasy.
Well, we'll have to find out next year when we pick.
I know.
I mean, who
whatever
goes
I'm gonna
one?
have to get to, whatever I'm gonna have to do to trade up to
Seems-
2 or 3.
So I'm owed. I'm going to put this in the universe right now. I've been pick 11 for the last 3 years.
I'd take pick 11.
Now I've made the playoff. I've made the playoffs twice out of those 3 years. Had a really bad year this year, and it's funny because Ricky texted me. He goes, "Yeah, I knew you were gonna have a bad year." I said, "Why is that?" He's like, "Because you're in love." I'm like, "Oh."
Oh,
He goes, "Your life's not in chaos."
He nailed it.
Yeah, he goes, "If your life's in chaos, Biz, that's how you thrive and your fantasy team responds." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, appreciate
Fuck.
that." But he's actually right. He's right. 1, I'm in love, and 2, my life's not in complete chaos.
Right. So
we
so
won't
what
get
is the
into all
scuttlebutt amongst the vets about the finals? They gotta hate it, huh?
No, there's no hatred. They don't. Well,
me versus Nick, they don't hate that.
no, because there's been a lot of chatter about that all season.
About
Obviously, Dave and I are pulling for you. I think Rich is pulling for you.
what? Yeah.
I
That,
think
I feel.
McKeever is pulling for you.
I got a text
Nick-
message that relayed that.
Or excuse me, Norm even said, well, Norm wants to keep the belt in Connecticut.
Yeah,
but
which that would confuse me because where's McKeever live?
McKeever is in PA.
So when he said that, wasn't that him saying, let's go, Nick?
Yeah, in a way. But in a way. I don't know. I think Norm,
He just doesn't want to pay
RJ
the
and
30
Nick
bucks to mail it.
are rooting for Nick. And the rest of and the rest of the league is rooting for you. Ryan's like Switzerland.
Who did you say was rooting for Nick?
Norm and RJ and Nick. That's it.
Oh, wow.
There's 3 guys in the league. The other 9, well, excuse me, 8.5 because Ryan doesn't
Ryan.
get a vote.
No, if I had to guess, I would guess that Ryan's pulling for me unless he's hurt about the Jameer thing.
No. Okay. I agree with that. Yes, I agree with that. I just don't think. Well, who knows? Maybe he'll hear this podcast and he'll fucking come out and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
let's go." So I'm gonna put out a group chat.
Okay.
Maybe not today, probably tomorrow because it'll be game day.
yeah.
And be like, "Who y'all pulling for?"
Oh, dude, Carl's definitely pulling for Nick.
No,
100%.
no way.
Yeah,
As much as he might dislike you,
It's a lot.
not
That's a
pulling for
lot.
Nick. Nick, he lost the division to Nick.
Okay.
He doesn't want to see Nick win the championship. Come on,
All right.
Carl, prove me right. Let's go, John.
Thanks, boys.
Let's
Holy
go, John.
fuck.
Let's go, Detroit. Put up some numbers in that
Eighth
Dallas game.
year breakout. Call me Devontae Parker.
Dude, it takes a while. It takes a while. Rich can relate. It took Rich a hot minute to figure this league out.
Yeah.
But then when he did, he was formidable.
Yo,
now, the last 2 years.
I said it privately a couple of times. Listen, who are considered the top 2 players in our league pretty much annually?
RJ Norm.
Okay. In the last 2 years, I edged Norm with points to win the division. And last year, RJ edged me with points to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying I'm top 5, top whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I'm hanging with these motherfuckers every year now. Sure. And, it is what it is.
Listen, everyone's always gunning for RJ and Norm every year,
Yep.
regardless. If I'm not in the final, I want to see another team. Honestly, I'm rooting for a guy like McKeever. McKeever, he makes the playoffs every year. His team is competitive. Thank you. Competitive every year.
That's what
Every year.
Honestly, that's my goal is
Every
to be
year.
in that McKeever's type situation.
Every
because-
year.
Yeah.
But he can't make it past the semis every year.
Yo, this is a tough year for him because he did everything to win the entire time. He just ran into a team that was a little hotter.
And
It
his team.
takes luck too, though. 55% luck,
Well, here's the thing.
45% players.
Yeah, Well, I don't want to break it down by percentage, but both you and McKeever would have beat Norm and Nick this past week.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into the breakdown at this point.
Right.
I think we're
Sure.
over time, but it's still, you know, Jeff is a tough luck loser. He put up the points. You're getting a phone call. Is that your girlfriend? Yo, is it?
No.
Ooh.
Is that your baby mama?
No, I don't have a
I mean,
baby, mama. I don't
from-
even have a baby.
No, from the chat.
Oh, that
right.
one. No,
Dave,
It's-
I have your baby, or I'm pregnant with your baby. What
That was
it?
hilarious.
What was the comment?
I don't know.
Yeah,
So, like your bat baby or some shit.
no, it
like
wasn't
cave.
a bad baby, cave baby. It was I have your baby. John and I both looked at you like, yo, Dave, who
what you
is
got
this?
going down?
What do we not know?
I told you guys everything.
So Dave lives on the north
you guys
side
everything.
of the city.
Yeah.
No holds barred down there.
Nothing.
Nothing. Is she,
So-
is she Latina?
Of course she is.
Then she's fertile.
That's no cap.
No cap. No cap. Trust.
Oh shit.
Get it in, Dave. Have fun. You know, while you're young, while you can live. You were telling me before we started recording, you're like, you know what? I got to live for me. And I respect that. And you don't have any kids, go for it. Just live for you. As soon as you have kids, shit changes. John, most of the guys the rest of the league can say,
Yep.
you know, responsibilities change. You know, hopefully I'll be there one day, but
I've heard the same thing. I heard
like-
once you have kids, that's it.
yeah, your
You
responsibilities
change.
change.
Yeah, I'm responsible for
change.
2 other humans, Dave.
And they rely on him.
Yeah.
Much like everybody else in this league that has kids, those kids rely on their parents. You know, and at some point you were let them go, and you hope that the way you raised them was the right way. But you know, until then, Dave, live for yourself, man. Live for yourself, brother.
Thanks, man. Amen.
Yeah. Juanita, is that her name?
One. Bonita.
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 That means beautiful in Spanish. All right.
Okay. All right, Dave.
Okay, Dave. Arriba. Okay.
All right.
Ay, papi.
They closed my favorite Mexican food restaurant like about a couple miles from John's from here.
Where? What?
Bubba Chino's.
They closed Bubba Chino's?
Yeah, they opened it up. They went way south, like to like South Federal.
No.
So Federal's like the main strip out here in Denver, y'all. And you go all the way down Federal. It's like
If they ever
like
come
a
and
cruising
visit.
strip type of part of town where everybody just cruises, and they want to get all that extra money, I guess. So they moved to South
Oh, well.
South Federal.
I guess
Little
Santiago's it
Mexico.
is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Once you go below Route 6, it's little Mexico down there. I know. I know. Trust me, I know. I know.
So what they do with the Bubba Chino's building? That thing was old as
It's
fuck.
just empty right now, sitting. All the signs are still up on the building and everything.
It'll be a Burger King soon.
But dude, like a Sunday morning, like an egg and potato special, it's just so good, you know.
Somebody who owns a Mexican restaurant should be sliding up in that spot.
yeah,
yeah.
real quick.
Like,
Slide
oh
up
my
in the
God,
DMs.
yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
get that spot. Get that spot.
Yeah.
See, me and my girl, we're more bagel people.
Have you been
like-
to Rosenberg's?
No.
I've heard they're
We go
the
to
best.
Einstein's.
I've heard the Rosenbergs are the best ones in Denver.
Really?
Yeah.
Rosenberg's. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look.
And it's from like some snobby food friends of mine.
Okay. Rosenberg's.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Dave? You had Rosenberg's?
I haven't heard of Rosenberg's ever.
I think that that was where Andy was talking about grabbing bagels from once.
I do love Einstein bagels. For
Einstein's
sure.
Einstein's solid.
They're
All
very
right,
solid.
So I got a story though.
Oh boy.
So on the counter, when you go to Einstein's, they got this like clear jar with a metal. It's basically like a large ball jar, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And they got hard bagels in there that are for the pups.
Okay.
So every time me and Abby would go in there, we put in our order and we grab Jones pup bagel.
Right.
No
So,
big deal.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this past weekend, with everything going on,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was Sunday. the day after everything was going on
Yeah.
or whatever. And I went in there and I was going to surprise her with some Einstein's bagels because she loves the spinach Florentine bagel from there. So I snuck out and scored us some bagels. And I go to reach in and grab the pup bagel. It's sitting right there on the counter. And the lady goes, "Oh, you want one of those puppy treats?" And I was like, and meanwhile, I got my left hand on the lid, my right hand's in the jar, grabbing up on one of the bottles. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, $1.75. And I said, excuse me? I said, the last few times we've been here, and we come here every weekend, they just let us have them. It's for our pup back at home.
Okay.
She goes, they must have been being nice.
I guess you're not going to be nice.
You're not nice. Biatch.
I said to her, do you understand kindness?
That's the sample you need on there.
What's that?
Biatch.
So I said to her, hey, Karen, kindness goes a long way. And I said, we come here every weekend. And she goes, well, they must have been being nice to you. Do you want to buy one? I'd already paid. So I throw the pup bagel back in, slam the thing down.
Sure.
Like, nah,
Fuck
we're
yeah.
good. We're good.
Fuck that bitch.
So she's the one that made our food. Hands it to another one.
Your food?
Yeah,
To a-
because I was
what?
gonna be a dick and go up to her and be like, "Hey, what's your name?" Oh, okay. I just wanted to know.
Is your manager here?
My review, because she also gave me shit because Abby's the one that has the account there to accrue points, and I gave her Abby's phone number,
Yeah.
and she goes, "You're not Abby," and I'm like, "All right." Look at me. Look at me, dog. Look at me, dog. It's 7:45 in the morning. No, my name is not Abby. All right? Like, for real. My name is Mark. That's the order I just gave you. I gave you my fiance's number because she's the one that has the account. She's like, well, you're not Abby. I'm like, no, I'm not Abby. Give me my fucking food. Let's be done with this bullshit. Reach into the pub jar, and she's like, those are $1.75. And I was like,
Oh my god.
all right, we ain't coming to this joint again.
Yeah, fuck them
We ain't
bitches.
coming to this joint again.
Bullshit.
There's some bullshit, is right.
That's right, John.
That's for
right.
Karen at the 92nd in Sheridan, Einstein.
Oh shit, dude,
At
that's my
7:45.
Einstein.
That's
Do
the
I have to boycott that too?
That's the one. That's my spot. That's the one I go to because I could go up to 120th. It's closer to my house. I could go to the one on 120th in Sheridan.
Can I still go to the one on Sheridan until that bitch steps on my toes?
Yeah, I'll point her out. I should have taken a picture.
Damn.
Don't try to
What's
get
her
your
last name?
don't try to get your dogs a pup bagel.
I'll keep that in mind.
And
$1.75.
Jones was so happy with the pup bagel. So happy. I had to give him a piece of my hand.
Gotta get him some raw. Get him some rawhide.
Do you think these drops are working?
Rawhide's no good for dogs. You give your dogs rawhide?
No, I give them bully sticks.
Okay. I give them real bones.
But the bully sticks are they're like petrified cow dicks or something.
Yeah. Here, let me show you some. Do you see what's going on
Whoa,
there?
wait a minute. What the fuck is going on
He's
there?
laying on his back, and there's just
Paper?
wrapping paper everywhere.
Was it in the wrapping paper? Ah, that's cool.
Oh,
Hold on.
he's fucking funny.
Here. Watch this one.
What you got, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Watch.
Get it.
This is just a squeaky toy. But watch how smart he is. Just wait. Look.
Is that Olaf?
It's a snowman.
Get it. Yes. Dude, he's so smart. He opened his own gift.
He did.
Look at that. Yeah, get it.
That was last night.
Good looking pup.
He's a good looking boy.
Well, he's getting big.
Oh yeah. He's got to be like 45 pounds. Wow. 5 months. So probably been 85, 90.
Is he still jumping?
So
up and
half
down?
a primo.
No.
No, he's not jumping like from couch to couch anymore.
Oh yeah.
It's just easier now. It's not as far of a gap.
Oh my god.
No, he and Primo.
Jones's
So every
first
time I come over,
Christmas.
Primo smells my shoes and his tail's
Still
wagging.
working on the paper.
Like, we should get them together.
He's got.
We got to
so
do it
much
somewhere
energy.
that's neutral because
Yeah.
one of my friends brought their dog over here,
No,
and Primo just like
no.
they stared at each other for a second, and then Primo just jumped on top of that bitch,
That's not going to work.
and they were just like,
No, that's not going to work. We should meet at like Westminster Dog Park over on Sims and 100.
"Dude, I'm so scared to bring Primo to a dog park."
Nah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Well, you and I both will be there. You and I will both be there. It's not a fenced in dog park. You get out of the parking lot, unleash, and it's like hiking trails. It's more like nature.
Okay,
It's
I have like a 50-foot leash for him.
or I'll bring him over here and we go meet at the
The church at the end of the street.
what's the park over there? Yeah, where they got the disc golf and all that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Jones is a socialite. He's like me.
Okay.
He gets along with everybody. And plus he's smaller. He's gonna probably, he'll roll on his back and kick his legs up and Primo will dominate him, but then they'll run and then Jones will start fucking throwing his head cause he's got the pit bull head, dude. It's a fucking cinder block.
So does Primo, but it's bigger than mine.
Yeah. Yeah. But when I come over, the first thing Primo doesn't want anything to do with me. He goes to my shoes.
He's like, "Yo, what
Because he's
is
smelling.
this?"
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, what's going on over at Business House?" And he's all happy.
Yeah.
know?
Okay.
So I don't know. I think they would get along.
I'm in.
I think they get along. And plus, Jones is still young. He's still a pup. He's only 5 months as of fucking today.
Oh shit! Almost 6
Yeah,
months.
5 months today, bro. 5 months today. My little boy's all grown up.
All right.
All right, boys. Anyways,
what else with the football league? What do we got?
oh, we're talking football.
Are we?
Is that what we're doing?
We can get back to it, or I don't know. What do you got, Dave?
Any parting shots, Dave? Come on.
Yo, I just want to say congratulations to the 2 finalists in for this year, and
He's full of shit.
I just want to see a hell of a game from both lineups. No matter who wins, this is a hell of a stage to be in and to experience. I can only imagine, but congratulations to the both, John and Nick. And
Who's your prediction? Who's gonna win?
I mean, I'm pulling
Do
for
not
John.
say push.
Pick.
I mean,
a
I'm
team.
going John for sure. No doubt about it. I think it's going to be 162 to 142.
I don't even think it's gonna be that high. I think John's gonna score in the 150s. Nick's gonna score in the 130s. That's my prediction.
Solid.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
I'm okay with both of those outcomes.
Well, of course you are, but we're rooting for you. We want the belt back here in the great state of Colorado.
I want
Right here on this table
go.
in 2 weeks.
that will be the background of the podcast next year.
The belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Hope
Oh,
you
yeah.
get some good picks.
We'll rub it in their face every week if I get that fucking thing.
Hell yeah.
Every fucking week. Mediocre John, lick my balls.
Yeah. Congratulations to both you guys to making the championship. We know how hard that is. Certainly, it takes a lot of skill, a little bit of luck, and a solid ass draft to get there. And both you guys are deserving.
Thank you.
Nick was the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. John was the number 2 seed going into the playoffs. Both you guys held firm last week in the semifinals, and now.
Boy, I was sweating that shit with McKeever, bro.
Well, that game was a barn burner. There's no question about it. You were down and you needed a Lamar.
And let's not forget that I started with the huge game from Puka on Thursday. So I started with like an uppercut to the fucking jaw.
It's crazy. I told McKeever that in the last couple weeks in matchups, big matchups, whoever started out hot. Because remember, McKeever lost a big game
Yeah.
where he had a huge lead on Thursday
Yeah.
night. And he goes, oh, don't I know? Thursday night really don't mean shit,
Yep.
even if you have a big lead.
Yep.
And
Hope Nick remembers that.
yeah, so we'll find out tomorrow night. I mean, that Cleveland game, that's a weird game.
Jets.
It's a weird,
Jets.
Yeah,
it's a weird game, man. 'Cause
in
it's
another league, I have.
It's in New York, right?
Yeah.
I believe. Or is it in Cleveland?
It's in Cleveland, homie.
Well, in another league, I have a choice between James Conner and Amari Cooper. I'm just starting James Conner.
Wait, hold on. What's the rest of your roster? That's your
It's
choice.
it's a 10-team league.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and you get a half point per carry.
All right, stop.
That makes a difference.
Stop. Just stop talking.
Browns at home against the Jets.
By the way, Nick has. Oh, that was last week. No. Nick has the Eagles in there. Browns are at home. Nick has the Eagles in there versus
I don't know what he's trying to pull, but he is definitely not playing that.
And he put Curtis Samuel in the lineup except and swapped out Romeo Dobbs. Since we got off this podcast.
No.
Swear to God, pull it up. That's live. I mean, that's
No.
right
It's on match. It's got him there.
Why is mine different then? Because look, that's the championship, right? Click on it.
Judy Dobbs.
He's got
Browns.
Eagles and Samuel in my phone. I don't know why.
Yeah, I got Dobbs and the Browns in.
Why the fuck is my phone all fucked up?
I don't know. Get an iPhone.
It still says Eagles and Samuel. So fuck you guys.
Hey, I get it. I'm just looking at my match.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's big, man.
From
That's
when
a
he was
huge
talking about
start.
it, he was definitely starting the Browns.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go Jets.
Oh, God.
Just score some points. 10 points.
14.
14. Okay.
200 yards.
Tyler Conklin is going to go off tomorrow night. Is he even playing?
I mean, Brees Hall could almost got 200 yards by himself last week.
Yeah, I know.
But it wasn't against the Browns on the road.
And the Browns defense has been susceptible to giving up yards.
And Zach Wilson is not playing.
That's a good thing.
No, Zach Wilson's out.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Who's starting?
Simeon?
Simeon? Trevor
What happened to
Simeon.
Zach Wilson?
I'd rather Simeon than
Concussion,
Wilson.
I think. I think it's a concussion. Pretty sure.
See, that just shows you, like, once you're out of your team.
Yeah, I get it, dude.
F the world.
I'm not betting the game tomorrow night. The line is just so fucked. The over-under is like 30-something. I'm just like, I don't even want to touch it.
Yeah, so I think the only real decision I have is if there's no Josh Jacobs, maybe Zamir White getting him in the lineup somehow.
What do you have, 22 carries past week?
Yeah, for 145. And that was the second week in a row over 100, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Zamir White's no joke, bro. Like, he's a good player.
If Josh Jacobs doesn't play, Zamir White can go to 20. If Josh Jacobs plays, he can go for 2.
Yeah. If Jacobs is playing, you're not starting Zamir. No way. No way. So,
Josh Jacobs did not practice today.
it's Wednesday.
He hasn't practiced in weeks. Except he had one limited last week, right?
Yeah. No,
I don't recall.
I don't think he practiced all week
Okay, well, if that's the case, then that's not a great sign. that
because
he's
he
out.
was ruled as doubtful.
Well,
All right, boys. Good luck, John. Bring the belt back to Colorado.
thank you. You guys know I want nothing more than that. I want to wipe my fucking mediocre balls all over these assholes' faces.
Yeah. And nothing would be better than to leave Nick in second place.
Uh-huh.
After this year,
The drive for 150, man.
man.
The drive for 150.
After this year.
If
Bro,
I
we-
put up 110, he will like have some fucking voodoo doll, right? Like,
yes. Yeah, absolutely. Because we went through what our records would be if we played Nick's schedule.
I would have one loss the entire season.
That's
with
what I'm
Nick's
saying.
schedule.
I would have been in the playoffs. If
I would
had
have been
Nick's-
11-3, I think.
Yeah. Both of us would have been in the playoffs with Nick's schedule.
Yeah.
So that tells you his team is powder puff.
Yo, he was over 200 twice this year.
But that says something.
It does.
I never hit 200 this year.
No, but you had like a 198 or something like that.
Yeah, I think you were in the 190s
I had a few
twice.
weeks of 170s, but in 190, but
See, I didn't even get that high once. My team sucks.
So look on the schedule.
I'm gonna
Had
go home.
172 last week, 168, I think, in my bye. 138, 173, 140, 153, 122 week 10, 156, 213 since week 8. So that's only the week 10, 122 is the only.
Down week.
Yeah.
Go to Nick.
Oh my
See
God. It's
what
a
Nick's-
fucking roller coaster, man.
See what Nick's schedule looks
It
like.
was 140 last week, 97 during the bye, and then backwards from 14.
Yeah.
138.62, 144, 199, 133, 109, 147, 127.
Yeah, so he's in the 140 range. Other than the anomaly of the 190 something.
The 199, yeah, he's in the 140 range.
Okay. That's not a championship team.
The drive for 150, bro. That's what I've been calling it all fucking week.
I thought it was 160.
Well, I think I
no,
can get to
150.
160, but the drive is to 150. It's hashtag 150.
Yeah. Obviously that Detroit
Actually, it should be hashtag
that
160.
Detroit Dallas game is huge for you,
Yep.
and you got to get through that Miami Baltimore game where Lamar outscores Tyreek.
I think that's going to happen.
If it does, you're in the driver's seat.
We'll see. 4 days, bro.
Let's go.
4 days from now.
Let's go. Let's do it.
You got a fucking $1,000 on the line.
Yeah. 1,050.
1,050 on the line.
1,300 is the top price?
1,500.
1,500.
450 a second.
Yeah. Nick asked about a chop pot.
What?
He asked me the other day. He's like, let's chop the pot and just play for the belt. I was like, no.
Of course.
What?
Go beat his ass.
For real, dude.
Please. Please.
That's what I told. I was
his
like,
ass.
no. He's like, oh, you're mighty confident. I'm like, oh, I should
It's
be.
not about
Oh,
confidence.
man.
Let it play out.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna chop pot?
No, that's what I said. I'm not chopping the fucking pot, bro.
May the best team win.
Yeah, exactly. So are we going to do a pod next week? Or you want to wait a couple weeks?
No, because
we have to next
this
week.
is
I know
the
you're gonna
follow
have
up
your
after the
kids.
finals.
We'll do it later on Wednesday next week.
Well, yeah, my kids aren't in school.
Oh, next
So
week.
you guys can come over at a normal time. We'll just do dinner a little earlier then.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, we're
Are
definitely doing.
you're off next week, aren't you?
No, I work next week.
I work
Final
every-
week.
I
Oh,
work.
I thought it was last. Didn't you give notice? Did you? Oh, you gave him the third week. You gave
Right.
him your off week,
Yeah.
dude. You're
No,
too
no,
nice.
no. My new job starts on the 15th, and then my last day is the 5th.
Okay,
Oh,
got
okay.
it. I'm with it.
So
I
I, have a
work-
week in between jobs.
I work every day of the year except on Christmas Day, whereas this Christmas Day I spent in the hospital. So
Yeah.
I work every day.
I get it, bro.
I work every day.
Well, guys, it's been a fun season. Down, I guess, to me and Nick. So, Nick, go fuck yourself, and
Yeah. Good luck.
we'll see everybody next week.
All right.